All right, good. We're good to go. Thank you so much, Sultan, for reminding me about the recording. Okay, so we have, okay, so like I said, I have prepped the HTML part because I don't want to spend too much time on it. I think you guys are pretty comfortable with creating HTML layout. So from now on, if we're working on a project, I'll come with just HTML part ready. So we have a div which basically wraps the whole content, and it has a class name of main container. Then we have another like larger div, which is called Jumbotron. And this one will basically cover the whole, like initially the whole view height of the browser, right? So we will have like a giant image which will cover the whole vertical height. And inside this Jumbotron, we will have a nav bar with a logo, which we're gonna borrow from one of the Icons 8 logo icons. Yeah, so we have a logo, we have a nav bar, and we have a call to action form. So call to action form is usually like a form that encourages, like prompts the user to contact your company. So something like, call us. We are giving the user the prompt to leave us like some kind of contact information or something so we can contact them in the future. So like call to action is usually something like call us, contact us, or something like fill in this form so you can subscribe to something. So yeah, literally like call to action for the user. So we have that form. That's it for now. So this will be our initial view for the user. Yeah, let's start with, I'm excited to do this nav bar with you guys. Oh, and we will also do the mobile first approach. So what's the difference between like a regular, I don't know, regular approach that you guys usually do in classes and mobile first approach? So usually you come up with a layout for like a full, like normal laptop size browser view, right? And then you adjust your style to, let's say, to iPad size, and then to like standard mobile window size, right? So first, your style is implemented from the point of view of like regular laptop size window. And then you adjust it to like smaller screen sizes. So this is like the regular approach that we take in our classes, right? However, depending on your users' needs, I guess. So for example, let's say you work in like on a, I don't know, in some kind of company whose like users mostly visit your web page on mobile phones. So in this case, what you want to do is you want to implement style for the like default style for the mobile view first. And why it is important is because when mobile user is visiting your web page, the first CSS that is loaded is the mobile view styling, right? So the first CSS code that's loaded is for mobile phone. And it makes loading of your web page faster than if they have to wait until like laptop view is loaded, then let's say iPad view, and then iPhone view, right? So they have to wait, and it takes longer time. And sometimes it can also lead to, like, just maybe for like a fraction of a second, the style can like jump from web view to mobile view, from like laptop view to mobile view, which is also not a good user experience. But I think mostly like mobile first approach is important for loading time. So you don't have to like, so the initial CSS that is loaded is for mobile view. And mobile users are willing to, so according to like Google statistics, mobile viewers, visitors, they're willing to wait up to 5 seconds top until your web page is loaded. If you're not loading your web page in under 5 seconds, the user will just go to the next page. And if your page is loading longer than 5 seconds, you're losing, I think the number was something like over 75% of users or something. Yeah, so it's very important to make sure that your web page is mobile friendly, especially if, according to your statistics, majority of your users are accessing your web page through a mobile phone. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so today we will start with mobile view, and we can either do something like this. Oh, yeah, so we can like, which will be about similar. So let's just do this. Let's not toggle to mobile view through our DevTools. Let's just do this for now, and we'll see if that will work for us. Okay, cool. So let's start with this navbar, because I wanted to do something a little more exciting than like regular navbar. So what I want to do, well, first let's just implement the navbar buttons. So let's get rid of default margin up. Margin and padding. Okay, and okay, so this navbar, we wanted to have the view of like, we wanted to feel like they're buttons. Okay, so in our case, that would be, where is it? Navigation menu. With items, right? So we want them to feel like buttons. So let's give them a specific width of, let's do 200. We want to give them a background color, and I have a really nice greenish background color here. 1 second. Okay, let's give it a color of white. Okay, cool. So color white is not gonna work because we have an E tag. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So how do I get rid of the styling of these links?
List style none. Oh, the text decoration none.
Text decoration, that's right. Text decoration, no. And let's do color white. Okay. Let's add a little bit of height as well. Let's do height. About 40. pixels. Okay, cool. So how do I make sure that this text is vertically in the center of my list item?
Justify content center and text align center.
Okay,
You need to make
yeah.
it flex first.
Hmm?
You need to make it flex first and then flex direction
Mhm.
column and what generates it.
Yeah, okay, we can do that. Or if you're only concerned about like centering the text,
It's like
another
margin, right?
another way to like vertically center the text is, you see how our list items height is 40 pixels, right? So you can do line height, also 40 pixels, and that should do the trick. Like usually when you have a box that has a specific height, you can do line height 40, like same height as the box height, and then it should center the text, like so. Okay?
Okay.
And we can also do text align center, which will center the text horizontally, right? Okay, nice. So what I want to do is when our user is in the mobile view, I want to like totally hide these buttons. I want to hide them like so that you can only see like the side of the button, and when you hover over, the button will like slide all the way to the full view. You know what I mean? Like so they will be a little bit visible, so you're still able to see that there's a button there, right? However, when you hover over it, so you're only able to see like this side of the menu. But when you hover over, the buttons will be able to slide one by one. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
any idea of how we can do it?
We need to set the visibility to hidden and then place a button, and upon hover, we can set the visibility to not hidden.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That potentially would work if we wanted to hide the whole menu, like totally hide it from the view. But we want our buttons to be peeking a little bit, maybe like 10% of it, you know. We wanted them to be peeking out of the view. So when we hover over them, they will slide to the full view, you know.
Okay. So we use transitions for that?
Cool. We can, yep. So initially, we want these list items to be like, let's say 90% hidden. So let's remember some of the, well, transition, but also there's something else that we usually use together with transition to kind of give this feeling of animation.
Transform.
Exactly. Let's remember transform properties. So if you look at these different properties of transform, which one do you think can help us to like hide the button? So we can, so when we hover, it can slide back to the full view.
I think translate will do the trick.
Okay. So is it translate X or translate Y?
Translate X.
Cool. Okay. So do we use translate in the initial view or when we hover? What's that, David?
Hover.
Hover. Okay. All right. So how do we hide it then? Like, okay, so we want the buttons to be peeking from the side a little bit, right? How do we hide them initially? Like, because we want them to be hidden, right? We don't want them in the full view. Hmm?
Maybe we initially give them this, move them to the left, like give them margins.
Exactly. Okay, we can initially move them to the left. That's a great idea. And we can actually do that also with transform property. So we can do transform, translate, X, right? So if we did like, I don't know, 80 pixels, right? They would move 80 pixels to the right,
Mm.
right? But we want them to move to the left so that we don't see the full button. We only see the side of the button, right? Like a tail. So
Mhm.
we can do negative. Let's just use percentage, so it's just easier to calculate. Let's just do something like 80%. Something like that, right? So right now they're hidden.
Mhm.
Should we do margin? Do we want margin? I'm not sure. Does that look weird? Should they just stick together? I'm not sure. Let's keep them this way and we'll see once the UI is a bit more advanced, we will see. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so so we are able to hide them, right? So what should happen when I hover over the list item? Hmm? So when I hover over, I want this menu item to be like fully visible. So come to its normal position.
Transform, translate Y.
Transform, translate Y. Y.
X 0.
Just
Set it to 0.
Exactly.
oh,
We
X.
want, if we do Y, then it will transform vertically, right? Which is,
Oh,
yeah, which is probably not what we want to do. But
right.
if we do transform, translate 0, so basically it should come to its original location, right?
Yeah.
Like full view.
Yeah.
There we go. You see?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. What else we can do to give it a little bit of like, not just popping up, but like sliding effect?
Transition.
Position.
Transition. Here. So on hover or on list item?
List item.
Why not on hover?
Because on hover is gonna work only when you put the cursor on it, and when you take it, it's gonna be like in. I don't know how to explain.
Exactly. It will only work one
Yeah.
way, not the other
Yeah.
way. Do you guys remember others? Why we want to put it here and not on hover?
Mm.
Hmm? So let's do it on list item and then I'll put it on hover and you guys can feel the difference. Okay, so what goes into transition?
0.5
Seconds.
We want the transform property to last, to like be stretched into 0.5. Okay, let's try 0.5 seconds. Let's do ease as well. Okay, now. There we go. Much better. You see?
Mhm.
Sorry. I feel like the font size is a little too small. Let's do font size. I think that's also too much. That did not have any effect, I think.
Start from the 100.
Hmm?
No, I said start from the 100, so we can.
Yeah. Is that changing at all? I don't see it. Is the font size changing?
I don't know.
Like, honestly, we should do 100. Okay, it's
Yeah.
changed. That's better. Good, very nice. So yeah, as you can see, like some things are much simpler than they look initially. I'm not sure, should we do rounded corners or should it stay like this, like a square?
Let's do rounded.
Okay. So we have list item. That's the border radius. 5 pixels. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I don't like is when it slides out, you can see the border radius here,
Yeah.
which I don't feel like it should be there. So is there any way we can do border radius on the right side?
You can put the 4 properties. It's gonna be like I think in a border radius you can make only two like
No, you can try border right. It will be sort.
Border right? Oh, I did not know that.
and now in a border radius you can put the 4 like 4 properties, like you can choose the sides where you want this.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
Is it the same like top, right, bottom, left?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like that.
So wait.
Try
so-
0055. I don't know. Might it work?
So if it's the same, like if it goes clockwise,
0550 then, right?
is it
I-
0550? Let's try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Good job. Nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, once we are back to like normal window size, then we want those navbar items to like be like normal navbar. But in this case, once we're like in mobile view, I think it would be a good idea to just hide them like that. Okay, nice. Cool. Any questions?
This is what I was telling this is what I meant when I was telling that I like more minimalistic. They're sliding.
Let's also do like, let's transform color to pink and make the letters jump. Just to piss you off. Okay, nice. So I think we're pretty much done with the navbar view. So also let's do for, we have this Jumbotron container. So for that container, we want to do the background image, which I already have here. No, not this one. No. Okay, this one. So for let's see, for the Jumbotron container. Yeah. I want it to be, oh. So we want to give a background image of URL. Okay, so how do I show a relative path to this office image?
You can right click on the
And
office
slash.
Mm-hmm.
to choose relative path.
Okay, copy relative path, nice.
Mm.
What's that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now it's covering basically the height of the container, right? How do I make sure that it occupies the whole vertical height?
Background size. Cover.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how about just oh, height 100 VH. Remember, guys, from the last class?
Oh, the whole page.
Mm-hmm.
Set the, yes.
What's that?
Yes, that's what I meant. Set the height to the 100 VH.
Mm-hmm. Nice, good job. Okay, so let's also do a background position. Let's do center and also background size cover, right? Do we want to do cover? Yeah, cover looks good. Okay, so we also want to give this like a little feeling of like a linear gradient. So on top of this image, we want to add like a little bit of the shade starting from top to bottom. Okay, and what we can do is we can get rid of the image here. So we can just do background. And then we can, for the background, we can also add this linear gradient effect. I guess familiar with this one?
Yes.
Okay. So if I do, so I need to pass two values here, right? So like from top to bottom, it can be black, but I cannot, okay. And let's just do, do I need a comma here? Between like, yeah, probably. No? Okay. RGB. And then let's do, I'm gonna copy that and paste. And this time, let's just do like a little bit of, where's my mouse? A little bit more transparent. Okay. There you go. So it's starting with like a black color on top, right? And then it's moving to like fully transparent, sort of, it's like gradually moving to fully transparent normal color. So this just gives it a little bit of, I don't know, this feeling of layers, on the background. which is really cool. Okay, nice. So now let's work on our logo here. So we have a logo container, right? So this logo container has span, that's a fintech, which is, let's imagine that that's the name of the company. And we're gonna insert some kind of icon here. I did look into this one, but I'm not sure I like it. Let's research a little more. Okay, so first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that logo container, okay, and we want this container to stretch so all the way like as a nice background for our logo. And I do have a contrasting color here. Let's try that one. So 1 second. Okay. Let's give it a height of, I don't know, 100. Too much. Let's do 60. Okay. And we want our text to be visible on this background. So for our, where is it, logo text, let's do color white. Font size. How large is it gonna be? Let's do around 30. Maybe even bigger. Let's choose 35. Okay, that looks good. Now, how do I center this text again?
Can I think that it's better to put the paddings, not the height and paddings, and make the text light center, so it's gonna be on a center with the vertical and horizontally.
Sure, let's get rid of the height.
Padding top,
Let's do padding.
like 2 rem, and padding bottom 2 rem, so it's gonna be on a middle.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
For
let's
the
do
container,
20.
for the container, I mean.
Right. Wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. Where is it? This one? Okay, good.
And text light center.
Should it be in the center? I'm not sure. Yeah, let's do center. Text line center. Okay, nice. Now let's add a little bit of a logo here. And have you guys worked with icons before?
Yeah.
Which source did you use?
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Which one?
Font awesome.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So Icons 8 is another one for
I used Remix icon.
cool. Yeah, so there's a lot of like free resources where you can sorry. Get like a really nice looking icon. Let's see. This one looks good. What's decorative? Oh, look, they have a spinning one.
Is it for the logo?
Yeah.
Or we can generate something on Canva.
Yeah, I used it too. That's cool. Did you use it, Jenna?
Canva, yeah.
It's cool. They give you a lot of variation.
Which one? Do you
Yeah.
guys want to try the spinning one for fun?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
That's cool.
Do you think this color will look good though? Because Iris is like, is it okay? I wonder if you can change the color. No, I guess not. Let's
That
see. Maybe
flying dollar would color match.
what's that?
There's a flying dollar if you scroll down a little bit.
Flying down.
Yeah, the Bitcoin. You see that dollar?
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
I wonder if it, oh, it's not animated. So wait, I wonder if,
Oh, the new bank looks cool, minimalistic. So
mhm.
that the black one. So it's not, we're not gonna change the colors.
Fintech. I kind of want to go with animated one, but I wonder if it's gonna look good in our layout. And I don't see any other animated ones. That's too bad. This like coin looks really good though. Yeah, let's try. I wonder if it has like a solid background or something. Okay, so we can download it.
Celia, so for when it's animated, we cannot just put fill and give the color, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like a Giphy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let's try and save it. So I wonder. Oh, okay. Is it free? Please remember the link to us whenever. Okay, so copy link. Wait, what kind of link is that? Oh, okay. So what we can do, I guess, is we can place it here, right? Wait, is that like an image link or? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. So wait, what is it? So it's just okay, so they want us to insert this link. However, we don't have to do okay, let's do this. And then we will just get off their text and do fintech. Right? Oh. And wait, this one also. What if we just get rid of the text? Okay. And let's get rid of the logo A and text decoration. None. There we go. So now we can place that image. Wait, so we have a logo container, we have a logo. Now we can place that image and Giphy.
But the logo will have the white background, right?
Yeah. So I'm thinking what we can do, since it is an image, so what we can do is we can make the image also like a round. So for example, logo container image, right? And let's try and give it like a border radius. Wait, let's give it a height, specific height. Should we make it smaller?
Try.
How about 20 pixels? Is it too small?
No.
So what I was thinking is we can do border radius. And whenever you want something to be like round, you can just do 50%. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want, we can use positioning and like place it somewhere here. Somewhere here. So it looks like it's on top of the logo. So what we can do is for the logo container, we can give it's not display, it's position relative, right? And for the image, we can do position absolute. Wow, it's already almost where we wanted. Should we move it a little bit to the left, or are we happy with this position?
That looks good.
Okay, should we keep it this way?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to our mobile view, actually. That's where we were initially. Cool, so we have our logo now. We have our buttons. Also, let's do a little margin to logo container. Margin bottom. Okay. Good. Are we happy with what we have so far?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, nice. Now let's work on our call to action form. So we want this form to be like centered somewhere here, and we want our inputs to look much nicer than they do now. So let's see. We have our div, which is a Jumbotron call to action, inside which we have an H2, another H2, a paragraph, and a div with a form, right? So I want to center it. So let's do yeah, do we want it centered? How do you guys want to place it? Here somewhere?
Yeah, I think we can center it.
Okay. So let's do call to action. And then let's give it a width of I don't know, let's do 70%, right? And margin auto, which will center it horizontally. Cool. So if you guys remember, margin auto will take the remaining 30% of the width, right? And evenly place it on the sides, so it will center it horizontally. But if you also want to add like top and bottom margin, that's also fine. So you can do, let's say, margin 15 pixels auto. So that will give margin on top and bottom. And on the sides, it will be like still centered like that. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm. Now let's give, okay, let's do, so what we want to do is we want to give some breathing room to those items within the form, right? So how would I do it? So in
Give
our call to
margin
action-
top to the
Mhm.
second, or margin top or margin bottom to the first or second elements within the
Okay,
Jumbotron call to action.
okay. So let's think about it because we have multiple items, right? So inside call to action, we have one H2, two H2s, we have another paragraph and a div.
Mhm.
So we want all of them to be to have some like breathing room between all items there.
Okay, we can probably use then line height, maybe.
Okay, that could potentially work. How about what we can do also is we can give display flex to the container, right? We
Mhm.
can do a flex direction column
Okay.
and we can give it some kind of height of, I don't know, for example, 250 pixels, right? And then we can do justify content and space. Should we do space around? I think space between is better in this case. Yeah, so we don't have to, that's a little bit of too much space. Let's do 200. Okay.
Mhm.
And let's give it a color of white. There we go. Cool. Now this form.
Do you think we should give it text align center?
To the, okay, we can do that, yeah. Text align center. Yeah, that looks good. Cool. Before we move on to styling the form, do you guys want to have a 10-minute break?
Yes, okay. Let's have a break.
Mhm. All right. So let's do 10 minutes. And I will do 10 minutes. Timer. All right, there we go. See you soon, guys. Thank you. Okay. Are you guys back with me?
Yep.
Cool. Dovut is here. How about others?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. Janar, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Gulnur? Okay. So Gulnur probably fell asleep during our very boring first part of the class, which I'm not joking, it happened to me a few times during the class. Because I was attending classes at night. It was 2 a.m. So classes would start at 2 in the morning and then finish by 5. And I did fall asleep a few times, quite a few times during the class. And the funny thing is that I'm not totally sure I was muted, so people probably heard me snoring a couple of times there. So that was a little embarrassing.
That
Did you
actually
also use
happened
the
in
word
the
Sile? I'm sorry.
Yes, go ahead, one of you.
Laura, go ahead.
Thank you. Did you also used to work while studying?
Yes, I was working as a copywriter, but I hit a bit of a like more of a free schedule. I was working from home, so that helped. But yeah, it was still quite challenging, to be honest. I would not want to go back to that schedule. It was absolutely abnormal schedule for me. And my husband also, I think, suffered a lot during that time because, I wasn't able to fully like take care of my daughter. So he took a lot more responsibilities around the house as well. So yeah, it was quite something. But I'm happy I did it still. Of course, it was all worth it. And yeah, I think this just, all it takes is for like a couple of people to really believe in you, to have like a support system. In my case, that was my husband. And yeah, if you like, and my husband is like, he's so encouraging. I don't know if it was like vice versa, and he came to me one day and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna study to like become a front-end developer. And that means that we will have to spend the next 6 months in like absolutely abnormal schedule, and you will have to basically take care of the house and our daughter, and eventually I may find a job, I may not. I don't know. I'm not sure I would be like 100% supportive if I was in his shoes. But my husband is like, I don't know if you heard this term, like Labrador husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly his personality. Like he's cheerful, he's supportive. Whatever crazy idea I come up with, he's always supportive of anything crazy that I imagine. So yeah, and I was lucky. I was really lucky to have his support, because I don't know if it wasn't for like he believed in me more than I believed in me.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really nice.
yeah, I'm lucky. I'm really lucky.
I feel like he's lucky as well. It's both ways.
I don't know. I can be pretty mean sometimes, so I don't know if he would if he would like I don't know, honestly. He's 8 years older than me, so it really feels like he's so much more mature emotionally. So yeah, I think yeah, I think I always wanted to marry someone who is like older because I felt like that person would be, because me, like I'm emotionally not, I wouldn't say I'm emotionally stable person. So he's always there to like balance me out. So right now, like Davut and Sultan are like, what are we talking about? What's happening? Um, yeah, okay.
I can totally relate because I'm not an emotionally stable person either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it's been quite a time for us as well. Because do you know Kai from the previous cohort?
yeah. How is
He's my
he?
he's my husband. Yeah,
Are you serious?
yeah.
Oh my God. He was one of my favorite students. Yeah, send my best regards to him. He's such a nice guy.
So yeah, it's he started, or we both actually started, and then we have 3 kids, and
Wow.
it was pretty challenging. So that's why I dropped out the first one.
Of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Because
3
he
kids
had
is
to.
enough.
He actually gets to his computer 8 a.m. in the morning after dropping off the kids, and he doesn't get up until like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that is quite the journey for both of you.
Mhm.
So does that mean in the next cohort we're gonna have one of your children?
Yeah, maybe someday, yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice? Like 3 generations, imagine. Well, 2 generations, because you and Kai are one generation technically.
Us doing this boot camp was beneficial for our oldest son. He's 12. He mastered the HTML, CSS just like that. He's such a fast
Really?
learner.
Wow, that's so cool.
It only takes him to watch like a tutorial from YouTube, and he can just nail the rest.
Wow. Yeah, unlike us. And
Exactly. I was like thinking, if only I had a fraction of his memory. And
yeah, unlike us, we're like, where is that button? And kids are already so much. Yeah, I mean, our children should be smarter than us, right?
Mhm.
In very many ways. That's really cool. Wow, I had no idea. Please send my best regards to Kai. How's
Okay.
they just graduated, right? Last week?
Yeah, they just finished. Yeah.
Ah, that's crazy. Yeah, he has like a very stressful few months ahead of him because now they're in the market for real. Is he applying yet?
Oh yeah, he does. He is actually.
Is he getting any interviews?
Just with recruiters. There
Cool.
hasn't been anything like any technicals, any schedulings. Yeah.
Well, at least recruiters are reaching out, so he's gonna get over his like fear of uh, first like what is it, like psychological thing of like first level interview where they test if you're
I think
like
it's just the market in the United States is at its lowest just now, but hopefully it will get better because just like a couple years ago, to 2021, 2020, the market was so hot.
yeah.
He would receive like calls every minute.
Mhm.
even without applying. But now it's a little slow, yeah.
That's true. Well, I really hope that, I mean, the market is tough, but still, a couple of my friends who are in US, they found jobs.
Mhm.
It's not like super high position or like high paying job, but it's something, yeah. So at least like they're getting their commercial experience.
Mhm.
Plus, I mean, the salary is not that high, but it's normal, I would say, for their state. Yeah, if they were living in California, they would probably starve to death, but they don't live like in very expensive places, so it's fine. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
by normal, what is the range?
I don't remember exactly the number, but it's from our conversation. I mean, they told me how much, but I don't remember, to be honest. But it was like average for not for IT, but I would say like average for US salary, kind of lower for IT. I think that's why they got hired, because they agreed to this salary. I think like that especially one guy I know, he got an offer, and that position was in the market for a while. So I guess no one really wanted that kind of salary, especially it was like a middle class position. So people are expecting like higher salary at this point. But yeah, but he agreed, and he's already been working for, I think, 6 weeks or something like that, maybe even 8 weeks. Yeah. So he says it's not, it's like, it's lower for IT, but for US in general, it's like average salary. So he can make a living out of it, but not too comfortably.
Let's see.
And I think he has 2 kids, 1 or 2, I'm not sure. So it's like, so it's not just him. It's his wife and at least 1 child, maybe 2. So yeah, but it's still something. It's his first work experience. So he's happy that in the current market, he was able to get that offer. And I think once he's settled in like 3 months, he will start applying again, but with a bit more confidence, I guess.
Mhm.
So yeah, and I'm pretty sure he will get something. I mean, before that, he recently moved to US, so he was he had some experience, but not as a developer, and he was working for a US company, but from Kazakhstan. And he says that even then, like, he thought that his salary is low, but now he realizes that it was actually a good salary comparison to his current one. But yeah, I think he will start applying soon again. He just wants to get this, feeling of commercial experience first. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's start. Are we recording? Yes, we are. So where was I? Okay, so we did our call to action. Oh, okay. So last time we actually gave some breathing room to these items here. So now we want to style the form. And from at this point, we have a reference that we can actually look at. Let me share it as well. Here. Okay, so ours is a little different here, right? But from this point on, we can follow this reference actually. Okay, so I have a question for, let's see, Gulnur. Gulnur, could you help me get from these two, from this form to this form actually?
So yeah, we need to I think we need to set the width, right? Like
To
we'll make first flags, these items, like the column after, and after I think we need to set a width to them.
to each item?
No, like three of them will be in one container. So
Yeah.
if we could give the width to that container.
We have call to action form, right?
Okay.
So take that.
There's input.
So that is a wrapper for two inputs and a button.
And we can make them flags, display flags.
Okay, so if I go back to my UI now, what am I gonna see at this point?
The three of them will be in line, like in one line.
Exactly. Cool. So how do I change this view to this view?
So we can just set flex direction to column.
Cool. There we go.
And then we can yeah, I think maybe we can change the font size for the inputs.
How do I do that?
Input, I think double dots and placeholder. Font size, I don't know, like 15, 16 pixels, or maybe it's too large.
That's good. Let's
Okay, and we can give a padding.
To what?
Yeah, same placeholder.
Okay, let's try.
And 8 pixels. It didn't work, right?
Yep. So what do I need the padding to?
This one. Do we have to just give it to the input then?
Cool. Okay. So to the input. Let's give a padding of, let's do 10 pixels, 20. Okay. How about the button?
And we can just add button there next to input.
Exactly.
And
So
we can like in this container, the what was it, Jumbotron?
Mm-hmm.
We can give the gap
Mm-hmm.
2 pixels, 5.
Let's do 5. Nice. Cool. Very nice. Thank you, Gulnur. Good job.
Thank
I
you.
have a question for Dovud. Dovud, so you see how when I click on the input, there is this blue border.
Yep.
Yeah, it's giving me very 1990 vibes.
Mhm.
How do I get rid of it?
You just want to like take them off?
Yeah, so I don't think they have it here. Yeah, they don't. You see?
Oh wow. Oh, well, I guess let's try to the border, I guess. None. Let's try
Okay.
that.
So border no.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm. I
Text
mean, getting rid
decoration.
of the border is a good idea still. It's the border was still there, right? So getting rid of it is still a good idea. But how do I get rid of this blue border when I click on the input?
Text decoration maybe. No, I don't know.
Does anyone know? So this property, it's called outline.
Uh,
And I think you're supposed to do none. There you go. Much
oh,
better, right?
Good.
How do I change the font color here?
Just
Like
color.
2?
Yes, in the latest, in the last one, just color into the green color.
So this one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Placeholder one.
Exactly.
Oh, placeholder.
So we actually want it on the placeholder, right? There we go. Cool. And for the button, it's pretty easy.
Background green and color white.
Mm-hmm. So we want background color this one and color white. There we go. Cool. Oh, you know what else we can do? Do you guys remember the animation from last class when we like scroll, because we're gonna have more text here, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So wait, we have a jumbotron here, right? So let's add another div and let's give it a class name content. Right, inside which we have let's see, h3. Let's just copy that. And okay, we have an image. I already have that image. So it's in images. This one, I think. Okay. And then let's add, oops. Let's add a paragraph. Maybe just one more. Okay. And let's wrap that thing in an article tag. Yes.
The one of div left, the closing div left on the bottom.
Really?
Yeah, the bottom, the all the way on yeah, the content div, like
This one?
yeah.
It's okay. I wanted it to wrap all the articles, just in case we want to style it somehow.
Oh, okay. So I don't understand.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, but we don't want image in all of them. Right? Sorry. Got carried away here. Okay. There we go. So when we scroll out of this view of this Jumbotron background, I want to add a little bit of animation. So let's remember how we do animations. Let's see if you remember anything from last class. Who's gonna help me now?
I remember like keyframes. That's it.
Yeah, keyframes. Up. Keyframes. So what's the identifier? What does it mean?
The name of like you have to put the animation one of the selector. Give
Yep.
it a name.
So let's say Jumbotron scroll animation, right? Okay. What else are we supposed to do?
Transition. I don't know.
So we have like from and to, if you guys remember, right?
Oh yeah.
We have from and to, which is, oh, sorry, 1 second. I have a bit of an issue here. 1 second, guys. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
No.
1 second. Can you see my
Yes.
screen?
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Right. VS Code?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we have either from and to, right? Or we can use like 0% and then like 50%, 100%, etc. So in our case, we want the image to like zoom in when we have scrolled out of this image. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at 100%, we want our image to scale up, right? So let's do 1.3, right? Okay. Anything else? Where do I add this animation though? Right now, it's not added anywhere.
Jumbotron container.
Okay. So whichever one has the background, right? So it's this one. So I'm gonna add animation property, which is Jumbotron scroll. And we can also add the time. So let's say 3 seconds for the animation to like duration of the animation. And then we want the timeline animation timeline, I believe. Yep. To be, in our case, scroll, right? Because when we scroll, we want our animation to take place for 3 seconds, and we want our image to zoom in. Okay, fingers crossed. Okay, good.
It's look like when you put the animation timeline, it's look like you call it like in a function. You call the.
Yeah.
Does it?
I guess so. I
But
guess
it's
so.
not gonna work. It's not gonna work without it.
Without what? Without the parentheses?
No, that without timeline property.
Because yeah, because we want it to take place when we scroll. So we want the browser to put the scrolling position of the user. And once we scrolled out at 100%, we want our image to scale a little bit, right? We want it to like zoom in. That's why.
Got it.
Let's also add opacity like we did last time, because it doesn't look good when it's just, yeah.
Let's put the 50% and maybe for opacity.
Yeah. Let's do 20. Let's see.
No, I mean the under the 100%, put the 50% and then put like a opacity too. You know what I mean?
Okay. So at 50, we don't want to scale, right? Or do we want to scale at 50?
I don't know. Like
Let's
maybe.
do 75.
Okay.
And maybe, I'm not sure, do we want it to scale at 75? Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then opacity, what?
Opacity gonna be maybe like 5-10% maybe. I don't know. And then it's gonna be. I'm a little bit confused.
Okay, let's do 20 and then 0 here, and then let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is gonna look myself, so.
Let's do the change there. So the bottom one gonna be the 20 and the other one gonna be 10. Like I don't know.
Okay. Wait, this one is 20 and this one is 10?
Yes, that's how I understand. Like when you're scrolling down, they're gonna be more. No, same thing.
Oh.
I don't understand logic.
Yeah, I thought as we scroll.
The more you scroll, the more transparent it becomes.
Right?
Yeah, more opacity is supposed to be. That's how I understand.
Wait, but do we do opacity in percentage?
Not sure.
I don't think so. You see? I think opacity goes from 0 to 1. So let's try opacity 0.7 or 8. And here, let's do 0.5 and see. Yeah, you see, it's like less opacity. I don't think we do opacity in percentage, although I'm not sure. Like, I think opacity is something that is measured from 0 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was from 0 to 1.
Okay. Let's do 0.2 maybe, because I feel like it's. Let's do this. Let's also do 90%. And at 90%, we want this. And at 100, let's do 0. I feel
Why
like now,
the text going in the container? I don't understand. Can you see that?
yeah. Oh, that's because the image is enlarging,
Oh,
speeding up. So I guess somewhere at 90, we also have to wait. So I guess we do need to get it to 0 eventually.
what if we do it again, like a 1 for 100 and 0.5 for the 75? I understand when you scroll it down, it's 100% supposed to be a parts, like the. That's how I understand logic of the.
Right. So the more we scroll, the more
Yes.
transparent it's supposed to become.
So the 100 is supposed to be the 1, no?
No, if we do opacity 1,
It's go-
it will be like fully visible. You see?
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry.
So I think even like at 75, it's 0.5, it seems like a lot.
Mhm.
So how about we do 55 and at 100? Okay. Oh. 0.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, better.
Mm.
All right, cool. So let's continue with our mobile view. Okay, so once we are done with this Jumbotron image, we have our text here, like several articles which are on top of each other. Then we have this block, which is, I'm guessing, a div with some icons inside, right? Then we have this process bar, which we're gonna draw from scratch. It's not an image. And I don't know what that is. Also like a couple of articles, I guess. Okay. So let's do that. Let's let's do article. Wait, so we have content article, right? Okay. So I have a question for, let's see, Sultan. Sultan, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi. So how do I get from this view to this view? Oh, I also need a button here. Okay, so how do I get from this current view that I have to this view?
I think I'm not sure, but we should give widths.
To the image or to the article?
No, to the article, not 100 pixel, 100%. It should be maybe 80 for the right side.
Yeah, we can, or we can just give some padding to our content container, right? So content container is wrapping our articles, like the whole content, right? So what we can do is we can give it like padding of 10 pixels or something like that. Maybe more. Let's do 20. All right. Yeah. So how about this image, Sultan?
Can you show HTML?
Sure.
image. For the article, we should give, let's say article it's 100%, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And article image, we should give
Continue.
article by default 100%, yeah? And
Uh-huh.
for the office image, we should give this 800 maybe.
800?
Yeah, 80.
80%?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just changing.
Let's try 50 and see if that will make a difference. So why is image not changing the? Why this is happening? Sultan?
Maybe can you give for the content 100 percent width?
It's already 100%, right? Since it's a block level.
Yeah,
I want
by
you to look at like the code and try and guess why the styling is not affecting the image. Mm-hmm.
and article.
Look at the HTML part, look at the CSS part. I want everyone to look at it, but if you already know, please, for now, don't reveal it yet.
Office image. Article and without spacing, you should give office image maybe. Yeah,
Like that?
yeah. Can you refresh?
Nope. Okay, let's get some help from others. Anybody?
We need to set a width first, like in the pixels.
Okay, so let's do pixels. Let's do 100 pixels.
Or we can put the width in element.
In the image itself?
Yep.
Yeah, we can. But why is current code not being applied to the image? That's the main question.
Because
Can you
specific
space?
of the like this one, how I understand of that's like if you put in an element, it's gonna be more specific. Like it's gonna.
I mean, I am very specific, right?
Yeah, you are.
There should be space there, yeah, after article, because it's
No.
inside, and I think it should work now. Oh, still low?
Nope. Look at the bigger picture, guys.
You need to give for the image itself. Oh, but we did, okay. No, I don't know.
Maybe just remove article.
Look at the bigger picture.
didn't save it.
Exactly. Yeah, so our class name has our image has a class name, but because we didn't save it, this has no idea what office image is, right? There we go. So let's give it a width of 60% or something as it was initially suggested. Okay, maybe 80. Good enough. We don't have to like closely follow, so it's fine.
Thing is, the special effect is overlaying the image. It's kind
Yeah,
of bugging me.
yeah, me too. I was just gonna bring it up.
Just
So
the scale.
yeah, it's because of the scale. So I wonder if we do z index 1. No. See?
Position, it should be absolute, I think, yeah, in this case. Z index, it's
Maybe
working
we can
without absolute.
Right. So yeah, that's a good point. So let's do position relative, so it doesn't affect the, okay. Okay, a little better. Still not perfect. I'm thinking, should we do maybe not at 100%, maybe like maybe at 90% opacity 0, or
and we
maybe
can
100%.
reduce the scale maybe to 1.1.
Okay,
So it's very subtle.
okay. So yeah, I feel like we should do opacity 0 at even like earlier point, maybe at 80%.
Потом сам прочту.
Is it better?
It's better, yeah. Or we can also bring the article down, space out from that jumbotron.
We can. Let's give it so to the content, let's also give it a margin of the margin top of 20 pixels. Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
Okay. And now we can get rid of the index actually and position. Good. Nice. All right. So I want to continue with Sultan. Sultan, can you help me also style like the rest of the, as you can see, there's a bit more breathing room within the article itself. Can you help me implement that?
Yeah. For the image, we should give margin, let's say 20 pixels.
For what?
For the image, yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. So we can separate the image from the rest of the content. However, we also need some space here, here, and here as well.
Maybe just select all the headers and give them a padding.
So how about an article and the button then?
There any common class name for them?
No, there's just a bunch of content within a single article.
Can we do with all this stuff, like just display flex, the flex direction column, and give the gap for all of them.
Yeah, let's do that. So what we can do, where is it? I feel like we had an article somewhere. No?
We delete it.
Okay, so what we can do is for the content article, we can do display flex direction column and gap 10 pixels.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe even more. Let's do 15. Cool. Okay. I actually prefer the wider button, to be honest, than this one. So let's keep the white button. And let's also add it everywhere else. So we need a button here and a button here and here, right? So let's also style the buttons. Button. Let's give it a background color of green, color white, color, and let's do font weight bold. Nice. I think these buttons they look much better than these ones. Okay, let's also increase the font size. 16 pixels. Okay, cool. So I feel like the button is now sticking to the next article.
You can maybe add margin bottom to the button.
Exactly. So either to article, we can do margin top, I guess. Let's do 10 pixels. Cool. Okay, nice. So I'm torn. Do you guys prefer? So because if I stretch this out, look, right? So do you guys want to implement the full view now while we have something? Or do you want to continue with these icons and with this progress line?
Can we try to create the progress line?
Sure. Let's do that. So now we need this progress line, and we're gonna draw it from scratch. Any idea how we can do that?
With an HR, maybe?
We could, yeah, we could. So that's a good start, right? That's something. Yeah, we could start with horizontal ruler and try to draw circles there.
We can also do it with the empty divs.
Yeah.
And the bottom border solid and like.
Cool. Okay, let's do that. So let's see. It says our process. Should it be yeah, let's do a div. Let's give it a class name of process bar, right? So then we're gonna grab that process bar. Okay, so what are we doing there?
bottom on or top border solid.
We can do okay, border bottom and 5 pixel solid
Black.
black. Okay, let's go back to, let me bring this here. Okay, so we have something.
Yeah.
What's our next step?
So we can put the dots. Make them
And make font size. Set the
Yeah.
font size for them.
So that.
Let's do that. I don't know.
Or maybe we can like create 3 divs with 1 dot in each and display flex.
Oh, put the span in it. So span is gonna be inline one. So no.
Oh, actually, yeah.
So span
Span.
with a dot.
The dot, yeah.
What's the
Okay.
biggest round we have in our keyboard?
Okay, there we go.
How we're gonna space them out now.
Yeah.
By content space between.
Okay. So what if you were not allowed to use any dots? So what if your task was to draw everything from scratch, not using like any text or anything like that? So what if it wasn't like a circle? What if it was a square? What would you do?
Square.
Yeah,
Maybe get an icon.
you could, but it's, I mean, it's pretty easy to also just to draw it.
There was something like aspect ratio. What was it? Yes, I remember we did something like this.
I have no idea what that is. To be honest. Aspect ratio?
And we were setting it to 1, I remember.
Ratio of its width to its height. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's
not.
a form element. It's like an input element supposed to.
Yeah, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
So like imagine if this wasn't, I mean, we could technically use a dot, I guess, and make like a huge font size and position it in certain way. However, what if those were squares? How would you do it then?
What if we make it like list? Because I remember there was some decorations in this list, like empty list.
Oh.
Yeah, I like how you guys are coming up with like really interesting ideas.
Unordered list, right? With the bullet one. So
Yeah, with the bullet. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
yeah.
Let's remember, how do we make something like in a perfectly round shape? I think we did something similar today. Remember?
Yeah,
Border radius.
border radius.
Right? So we can make anything, any element into like a perfectly round shape, right?
So we can just set 1 div, let's say, and put a background color
Exactly.
and give a border radius.
Exactly. So let's give it a class name of circle. What is it?
No, I wanted to give the name of bullet, so
Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, cool. So we have a process bar with a border bottom, right? And then we have process bar circle. Okay. So what do I do with the circle?
We need to give a width.
Wait. What kind of width?
Like
Don't
three
know,
pic
40.
5 pixels.
Okay. What else?
Border radius 50%.
Border radius 50%.
Background color black.
Background color black.
maybe put the height of the 5 pixel. So it's gonna be the
Mm-hmm. Why do you think we need a height?
so right now it's nothing there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It only has width, right?
yeah.
So I'm gonna
Height
say
5% or 5 pixels.
there we go.
Display flex.
To what?
Process bar.
To process bar. Yeah.
Right? Correct. Okay.
Justify content space between, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could make them a little bit
Okay.
bigger. It's 10
Let's do,
pixels.
let's do 15 so we can like see it
See,
clearly,
okay, yeah.
and then we can make it smaller. Also, I feel like the bar should be a little thinner. Let's do 3 pixels.
Okay.
Okay, good. So we have 3 circles in the bar. However, it's not exactly what we want. How do
Give the position absolute for the
exactly?
for the
Yeah.
side,
To what?
for the circle,
Circle.
Mm-hmm.
and give like top like maybe, or let's say how it is. Oh, no. Okay.
And let's give position relative to the parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So position absolute, then where are they now?
Yeah.
So right now they're positioned absolutely relatively to the parent, right?
Yeah.
That has some kind of position property. Otherwise, we would have to style it like relatively to the body, which is not what we want. Cool. Okay, so now what do I do?
Let's do the like left 50%.
Left.
Yeah. Okay. And let's put give the margin for each of them. Maybe. Does it work like it?
Margin for each one of them.
Yeah. I don't know. So the separate them.
Okay, let's try margin. So let's say 20 pixels, just to see.
Oh no, the left and right one. Oh, it's not gonna work anyway. It's not gonna work like that.
Yeah, we will have to use the power of position absolute, basically.
Or just give them cycle like a name cycle 1, 2, 3. So maybe
like different class names?
Yeah, just because the separate them, like, you know, but the code gonna be bigger, so maybe it's gonna be easy ways to make it.
Yeah, we can either give them like separate class names, or we can use nth child property, which will also give us the opportunity to like select, right, which I don't remember exactly how we used it. So circle, and I think it's nth child.
Mm.
And then I'm not sure if it starts with 0 or 1. Okay, so let's give that child. Let's do left. 0, right? And then nth child 2, left 50%. And then to the third one, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, almost there.
Maybe a 10, 50, 10%, 15%, 50%, and 90.
Or 80.
Then the first one should be 20.
Oh,
Okay, that looks good. There's something else we need to do. They're supposed to be like in the middle
The
of,
middle.
yeah.
bottom and give some pixels, maybe like 5, 10.
Let's try 5. Oh, was that too much?
Yeah, maybe two pixels.
It's not 2 pixels. Why is going up?
It's -10.
-2. -5.
Almost.
No.
Oh,
I think this one.
Can we do -50%? Is that gonna work?
I don't know.
So is it like, it's not perfect. I guess I would say 9. Yeah,
yeah, that's
Mm.
perfect. Mhm.
It's good.
okay, cool. And we also need to do, so this one is gonna be, let's do another div, inside which we have like h4 that says our, oh, I switched to Russian accidentally. Our process, right? Okay, cool. So,
Asela, I know we're doing it for learning purposes, but is it a good practice to draw like progress bars like this, or it's better to just import a picture from somewhere?
good question. Yeah, so we are supposed to use positioning when it's absolutely necessary, right? So in which case position would be absolutely necessary. For example, if you have a nav bar that is supposed to be sticky, or if you have like a colas, icon, like a chat window that you need to have like positioned on the bottom right corner. Usually there's like an icon with a chat window, right? So in this case, yes, it would be justified. However, when it comes to like this small, process bar, I don't know. I mean, it's not that difficult. I guess it would be fine. It would be justified. because it's not really affecting the normal flow of the document in this case. So it's fine. Yeah, however, you should be like very cautious, especially when you're using position absolute, which can completely mess up your UI. So you have to be like very picky of when you want to use it. Yeah. In this case, I guess it's okay. But for example, if you need, this is just a process bar, right? Which is supposed to look like that. So I guess it's fine. But if you had like a progress bar, you know how like the user is scrolling and then there's this bar on the side which is showing where you currently are reading, like how far in the article you are. So I guess that is something that you don't want to implement with like positioning. That probably has, there's probably some kind of CSS library that has process bars that will handle things for you in a more efficient way. So yeah, so in this like specific small case, it's okay. And where you really need it, it's fine. But yeah, you should be very cautious, very picky of like how often you want to use positioning. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let's see. Process container and process container. And then you have to do, okay, let's do, first of all, let's do margin top, up. In pixels. Yeah. And now we have H4. I don't know, should we again do this thing? Wait. Let's just copy that. I think we can just add this class name here. Actually, I think, wait, where is it? Oh, this one, right? So we can just add it here. And we can get rid of it here. Oh. Where's that container? Process container. We have display flex direction column, gap, and margin top. What's happening to our H4 now? We have H4 and a div, so it is supposed to insert a gap here. Let's try 30 just for the sake of the experiment. No. Oh, did I not save it? There we go. Cool. Do you guys want to do this one or do you want to implement media queries?
Media queries, maybe?
Okay. Yeah, I feel like doing media queries would be a bit more interesting. So now let's switch to like a full view here. So in the full view, this is what we want. I wonder if we did anything for the... Okay, so this is like for cell phones. Tablets is something like this. Okay, and no, I guess we didn't differentiate between like tablet view and, oh no, we did a little bit. So I suggest doing the like laptop view first. Yeah, and then if we have time, we will do tablet as well. Okay, so these are the styles that we are expecting. So like so far, we were doing the mobile view, right? So you see how it doesn't look good. So like initially, this was the UI, right? So so far we were implementing everything with all the styles with mobile first approach. So our default style was mobile styling, right? So for mobile view. Now we need to, because like before our default style was for laptop view and we were implementing media queries for mobile view. Now it's vice versa. Yeah, that's the only difference between mobile first approach and not mobile first approach. I guess, I don't know if there's a term for it. So basically mobile first approach takes mobile styling as default styling so that it loads first, right? And it takes less time to load the style and like to load the view of your web page on the mobile phone, right? Now, of course, if we switch to laptop view, this doesn't look good, right? This is not how we want to see it in like a browser if we're using our laptops. So now what we want is we want to switch from this view to this view. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use media queries. And we also need to specify the width, right? So we usually use either min width or max width. So in this case, since we're going from smaller window size to a larger window size, should we do min width or max width?
Max.
Okay. So let's say we are doing max width. So let's say laptop view starts from around, I guess, like 1,000. I'm not sure, 1,000 or 1,100 pixels. Let's do 1,100 pixels. So I have a question. Which screens, this, like whatever style I implement here, which screens is it going to cover?
Phones and tablets. Anything that is less than 1,100 pixels.
Exactly, right? But since we're going from smaller view to bigger view, so we should say that, hey, right now I'm implementing specific style for when the user is switching from mobile view to laptop view, right? It means that we need to specify the min width.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're going from smaller view to larger view. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
And if we were working with laptop first, right? Laptop CSS, laptop styling first, then we would go from larger to smaller. So then we would use max width, right? So
Yeah.
because here we're saying, okay, so now we need to implement specific styling as soon as the window hits 1,100 pixels, like 1,100 pixels, right? If we do min width. If we do max width, it means that all the screens lower than 1,100 pixels should implement this specific styling, but that's not what we want, right? Because we already implemented mobile style. So now we want like laptop view. Okay, cool. So now for this view, we want, for example, we want our, so how do we want it
Now
to?
for
Yeah, I guess the logo can, I guess it can stay the same, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the flow to the left and the navbar is supposed to be on the right. On the
Oh, do you want navbar next to the logo here?
like on the other page on the sample one, no?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. So in that case, so in our media queries, we want navigation menu. Where is it? So we have text align center, right? That's not what we want. So for the navigation menu, wait, no, it's not menu. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong container. Where is the logo? Logo container. Okay.
Asel, I have a question. In
Yes.
case if we still want to come up with a responsive UI, but not use the media queries, is it possible to have all our measurements not in pixels, but like EMs and percentages?
Okay, so that's two-part question. First, okay, so you can use EMs and percentages even if you're not using media queries, right? They're just used for responsiveness. They're just relative units of measurement. So that can help you with responsiveness. I'm not sure if using relative units of measurement will fully cover your needs for responsive UI. Because, for example, sometimes you need to reposition things. So, for example, now we have our container, like a logo, right? And we have a navbar, which is hidden, and it has all of these like transitions and stuff. So now we need to get rid of that. And if you were only using relative units of measurement, you wouldn't be able to sort of cancel some of the styling that you implemented. So for example, you cannot cancel like transitioning or transformation of an element just because you used EMs or something. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely using relative units of measurement will help you because it will reduce the hassle of changing the style, right? However, it may not cover 100% of your needs because sometimes you need to, for example, hide your navbar, right? And when it's like full view, like laptop view, you want your navbar to be fully visible. So in this case, using EMs or percentage or whatever, it will not help you because you cannot just achieve it using simply relative units of measurement, right?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Sure. And that will definitely make your life easier, right? However, it may not fully meet your needs. But yeah, if you're using relative units of measurement, if you're using flex properties, if you're using display grid properties, of course, all of that will make your life so much easier so that when you're dealing, if you have to deal with media queries, at least it's not that much of a hassle. Okay? So
Okay.
you don't have to change a lot of things, right? Okay. Where were we?
So we're doing the navbar, so in a logo in a line.
Logo container, right?
What happened if we make the whole where is the navbar and the logo? They made this container flex. What happened if we do that? Like what is it?
So let's see. We have a navigation div inside which
Yes,
have
navigation div to
logo
make it like a flex.
and the
What?
nav.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, so we can take
navigation.
navigation. And let's do display flex. Oh. Okay.
And also make the navbar flex too.
A nav bar. Where is it?
Navigation menu.
Uh-huh. Navigation menu. Let's give it display flex as well.
And
Let's see what else we have on navigation menu.
OUL. We have to put the
Navigation menu UL. Yeah. So we need to give display flex to
navigation menu UL.
UL. Okay.
And give for the container give for the container like a space between, like a justify content space between. Put navigation.
For navigation. Okay.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
LI item 10.
Align item center. Good.
Yeah, and also give the let's make the width again, or give the gap or width like a lower, like I don't know, in the UL Lee, I mean, or yeah.
Okay, we also, I didn't realize we had the,
Oh, we have this thing.
what is it? The, oh gosh, what is the property to get rid of the list
Transform.
duration? List style?
Mm,
None?
none.
Yeah, because we still, okay, cool. And also we want for the list items, now we want, do you remember we implemented border?
Radius
Yeah, how much was it?
0.5 pixel, 5 pixel 0. So they just give 5 pixel for all.
Mm-hmm.
5
Right.
pixel.
Oh. Cool. Also, let's make sure that this background is like, so do we still want the, yeah, I think we still want the background.
So make just background for the content, the whole container, same color.
Yeah, I have
Navigation.
this one, right?
3, yeah.
So now we want the background color for navigation. Yeah. Also, let's do maybe not space between, maybe space around. No.
Or we
Okay.
can give the padding left and right
Yeah.
for
Let's do
the
quad. So let's do we need top and bottom? No, I think we're
No.
good. So let's do left and right, maybe so
10,
0
5.
and 10 pixels. Maybe 20.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
And also we need to give the width for the UL or Lee, make the like a smaller because it's too big, you're taking a whole big page. Can we do that for the
Sure. For the UL? I think our list items have specific width, so let's make it smaller.
Oh, it's 200, yes.
Where did you see that?
On the top. Yep,
Yeah,
With
yeah, let's do maybe, I don't know, 100. Better. Okay, cool. So how do we get, you see? A nav bar that you cannot click. Have you
We
guys
can-
seen this? There was this video of like the worst CSS decisions ever.
No. What
Oh,
No.
I have to find it for you. It was amazing. Like I saw it on LinkedIn. So it was like sort of like a competition to come up with the worst ever possible design for UI. And for example, there were like buttons that would escape every time you try to click on them. You know, something like that. So
Yeah.
it was really funny. Like I have to find it. Once if I find it, I'll share it in your Slack channel. Okay. So how do I get rid of these list
Transform.
item effects, these ones? Oh, we have transition and hover effect.
Let's just put the can we put the transition on?
I'm not sure myself. I'm curious. Like,
And also transform none.
because the translation only makes transform like smoother, right? So if we get rid of that, we don't even have to touch the transition. So I wonder if we do transform, is there a none somewhere there?
Sometimes it's not there, but you can put it. Oh, it's there.
It is.
Yeah.
Cool. Very nice. Okay. What else? Okay, now I feel like we need to center it somehow vertically as well, because is it centered? Oh no, it is here. Okay. Well, it is centered vertically actually. So let's do that. Let's move this to the middle. And maybe inputs are not supposed to be so wide.
Asela,
Yes.
where you put the transform, what does ease mean?
It just gives like this feeling of
Like smooth?
yeah, like smooth trans.
Okay.
Is for the that function something is they have four types, but I don't understand the change of all the is up, is in something else. Never see the change like what was different between them.
Yeah, I guess those are like for very specific cases, I think. Yeah, in most cases, I feel like if you just put 2 seconds of like the time, you know, it's already kind of smooth enough to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not a guru of CSS, so at work we just, you know, stick with like very simple design. I guess if I was working on the other project, probably my skills would be more sharp, I guess. But yeah, I also don't feel like there's a huge difference. Maybe in like very specific cases, if you're working on something like a very specific transition, you would feel it probably. I don't know. Okay. Where were we? We want to center the call to action div. which is located in the Jumbotron container. Okay. However,
Does it?
yeah, we have a Jumbotron container inside which we have basically a navigation
Hmm.
and call to action.
So we need to change the call to action, right?
Right.
Do we try to change the whole container, the navigation bar gonna change too? Guess.
Yeah. So what if we put it in another div? And let's give it a class name of call to action wrapper. Right?
Mhm.
And I'm hoping we can center it using Flex. However, this call to action wrapper is now, do you know what I mean? Like it's not, we want it to occupy the height of the remaining, I would say the remaining available horizontal view.
Do you wanna put that thing in the middle, like that container?
Yeah.
You can put just for the whole like a container padding top and bottom maybe, and it's gonna be go down.
Yeah, but what if it's like a smaller screen, then it will not be perfectly centered.
Mm.
So what we can do is we can do height. I'm not sure how to use the calc function, but basically sometimes you can do like, you can calculate and specifying CSS property values. Cool. Okay. So do we know the height of the navigation? No, right? I mean, we can find out. $96. So what if we do like 103H minus 96 pixels? There we go. And then we can do display flex and just by content center and align items center. That way, it will be centered even if we do this for some reason. Yeah, does it make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, let's also make it a little, so the inputs are too wide now. Do we have a width for input somewhere? Oh, it's because it's display flex and it's stretching the inputs. Call to action width. Okay, so what if we make it, well, let's do the form. So what we can do is, for the form, we can do width of 60% or something. Wait, what just happened? Oh, it's not centered now.
When you put the width, it's gonna broke the try to make the more specific, like because do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, try to give the more specific, to give the input in the or bottom on each one you want them. When you try to make the whole form, it's gonna broke the li or justify. I've been.
Hold on, but I have a question. What exactly is it breaking now? So let's see. So we have this div, which is display flex, right? And then we have wait, so what if we just do Jumbotron call to action? Justify content center. Can you do that? Wait, was it align item center to just horizontally align them? Yeah, better. And let's give it a gap of 10 pixels. Okay. And let's do width 50%. Yeah. Is it looking okay? Kind of.
Yep. Looks
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, looks good.
Now, I'm not sure what we are doing with these articles. Oh, okay, so they're lined up. Okay, so how do I put them on the same line?
Flex.
Hmm?
Need to use flex.
Mm-hmm. With content. Let's do display flex. Cool. Okay, so I feel like we should wrap at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So
Maybe 3 blocks maybe could be wrapped in one container.
yeah, flex wrap. And also for the contents flex. No. So for content article, let's do width around 30%. Okay. What's happening here?
You grab the other articles too, because
What's that?
when you put the article, you change the other articles too. That's why it's take everything. Like,
Right, but why is it not right? But this article and this article, why are they not? Oh, is this article somehow outside of the content? So they're supposed to be just on the next line though, right? You know what I mean?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you
Oh,
put that article, it's change everything. Like, you see, they're together.
in the div. Oh. Dear. Okay, so this one and class process container should have. Oh, I think that will solve our issue. Okay. Okay, now at least they're on the same line, right? However, there's an issue because this article, oh, this image is also supposed to be part of the, oh, there is no article here. Okay. So we just have an image. So there's no article. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. How do we make sure they have the same height? So the row, you see the row is a little broken because one of them has an like a bit more content. So how do we make sure they have the same height?
Can we see the code?
Sure.
Just put a line height for the, oh, it's too many containers. I'm confused.
So we have content.
Yeah, for the content, let's try to put the li item maybe.
The what?
Li item center, maybe.
Yeah, but this content is this whole thing. And we each article here to have like the same height, basically.
Mm.
Oh, I don't know. 100? No. Okay, so they are the same
Is there
height.
a property that can align the flex box like vertically? Yes, in one of the projects, I also had this kind of question,
Mm-hmm. One
like
second.
without putting height and stuff.
1 second. Okay, better. So your question is, can we do that without the height?
Yes. Like the property that will align like all this flex container in the same height, like vertically.
I guess. How can I increase the height of a row in Flex?
I think I was reading something about flex basis, but it didn't work for me.
Uh-huh. So they're saying if you want to add height, use either height or flex basis, since the nested flex container is in column direction. If you want to send this to full height, use flex one instead of explicit height.
Yeah, maybe we could try the flex set to 1.
Specifies initial size of a flex item for any distribution of positive or negative free space. Set to auto, the initial size of the item is length percentage. Width. Let's try flex basis. So instead of height, let's do flex basis. And then, is it also in pixels?
Which one was it?
Flex basis.
Flex basis. I think I tried to do auto only.
Okay. So flex basis also will give them the same height,
Okay.
right?
We remove the height from there, right? We
Yeah.
commented the height. Ah, okay. I don't know why it didn't work for me then.
Maybe you try to do flex basis on the flex container, not the item itself. Because you have to do it on
On each
I-
item, yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Oh, we are running out of time. Okay, and here, let's do gap 10 pixels. Okay.
Oh, looks better.
Oh, if you guys want to finish it sometime after class or maybe during the week, that would be nice. Also, so right now this is a normal view, right? If I go a little smaller, you see?
Cool.
So why is this happening?
Because it's less than 1100 pixels.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's say we want the same view for like laptop and tablet, I guess. So this should be around 700 or 600. Let's do 600. So now we have like a normal view, you see, for semi-normal. Not perfect, but still. Yeah, I feel like in tablet view, you don't want 3 articles because that's going to be just too small. So then you can switch to like 2 articles, but you have to, I guess, do like a bit more spacing between them. Yeah. So there's still work to do. Okay. Cool. So let's stick with 1100 for now, because there's still like some stuff that we need to do for that needs to be changed for tablet view. All right. So that's our class for today. I hope you guys now have like a full grasp of what mobile first approach means. Do you guys have any questions about anything that we did today or anything related to last week's topics maybe?
I have a very beginner question. Like, for example, when you're in the interview, let's say you are coding, will they pay attention to the semantic elements that you put there, like article or main section?
Yeah.
Like you have to be like very specific with it?
I mean, yeah, you want to use semantic elements where it's appropriate. Yeah. It's good to show your knowledge because of course they're not gonna give you something HTML related or HTML CSS related purely to do live coding, right? Live coding is mostly JavaScript or React, but you know, if they show you the UI that they want to see, and there are like articles in it or something, then of course you wanna show them that you know semantic elements, because semantic elements is like a very basis of HTML. So you want to show them that you know them. So if you have like a take-home task, which is pretty common, or you're doing live coding and there is an opportunity to use semantic element, then you should absolutely use it.
All right, got it.
Celia, how bad is React? Is it as bad as the others say it is?
What did Kai say about it?
He says it's bad.
I mean, I prefer React to JavaScript. I mean, not React to JavaScript, but like I prefer to build UI with React rather than with like vanilla JavaScript and DOM manipulations. I feel like it's easier and it helps you to get rid of like a lot of headache. You require less manipulations, I would say. But you know, the issue with React is that because initially you are introduced to JavaScript and then to building UI with like pure DOM without React. And then in like 6 weeks, you have to switch to React. Your mind is a little blown because the syntax is different and the logic is a little different. So it's sometimes hard to wrap your head around. That's why people get a little intimidated when we switch to React. However, if you spend some time with it, get used to the syntax, get used to the logic of React, then you will find it that it's a little, you know, easier and less hassle, I would say, than just using pure DOM manipulations to build UI.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different. It's different, definitely. But if you get used to it, you will appreciate it. Because like I cannot imagine dealing with pure like DOM and building just, you know, everything from scratch with just DOM manipulations. Like right now with, you know, the complex things that we do, that we implement, like I cannot imagine dealing on top of that, dealing with, you know, vanilla JavaScript stuff. So I think, yeah, it makes our life easier.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else? Although I did lie a little bit because some interviews, they do include CSS. I had a live coding session where 2 questions were from React and 2 questions were from CSS. And in that, one of the questions was like to draw something from scratch, like something we did today, but a bit more complex. So yeah. So
like what? More complex, like what?
They wanted me to draw like a stop sign or something. It was some kind of sign. So they showed me like a picture and they wanted me to draw it from scratch, which I did. And that was interview to my current job actually. And another one was also CSS. They gave me a code. I think it was on like CodePen or something. And it was like a completely just broken UI. And I was supposed to fix it. So I had to use like, and they also asked me to multiple different ways of fixing it. So basically, I showed them one way, which was the easier one with using flex properties. And they also asked me like if it wasn't for flex for like Flexbox, what else would you be able to do? And then I had to come up with another way. So that was interesting. But at the end of the day, they were happy. So sometimes, yeah, these kind of things, they do come up. I don't think it's very frequent. I think they, like interviewers, mostly, I would say like probably, I don't know, 80% of the time, they want to focus on your JavaScript and React skills. But every interview is different. You cannot prepare for all of them, right? So I guess you just have to walk in and hope for the best and do your best, and you know, something will, like a good offer or a good employer will come your way, definitely. You just have to be very persistent. In this current market, probably job hunt will take, so like if before we were expecting like 2 months, now I think it's more like, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 months. Just because you get fewer opportunities to attend an interview, right?
That stop sign CSS is looks scary.
It wasn't exactly like a stop sign. I don't remember it. There was like an image which you had to put in a circle, which was like in also in like in another circle, something like that. I totally forgot. Yeah, it had to do like with an image, and then you had to like draw a circle around it, and then something else. Yeah, I think they just wanted to test like my CSS skills first of all, but also how will I, you know, behave in a kind of situation where I'm a little lost, because you don't expect, honestly, you don't expect when you're walking into an interview, you don't expect them to ask you to draw something. I think they just wanted to see like how I will, you know, how I will behave in like a bit of a stressful situation, although interview itself is quite stressful. Plus, I was interviewed by both tech leads, which is just, you know, nerve-wracking when I first heard it, because my the HR person who was handling my case, he told me, like he scheduled an interview and he said that 2 tech leads will attend it. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I was very nervous. But at some point when you attend enough interviews, like once you're in there, once you're in an interview, like before you're very nervous, but once you are in Zoom or whatever, you just, you know, space out and just try to do your best. Yeah, at some point you overcome this, you learn to overcome the stress once you join the interview. First couple of times is difficult, but then it gets easier. Any other questions? All right. So this is our 3rd week, right? Can you guys believe it was 3 weeks already? That's crazy. So next week is your sort of last week of HTML and CSS. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. Oh, next week you're starting JavaScript. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
already.
Yeah.
Preparing for the worst?
No, don't worry. I know that it's a little stressful to go into a new topic, but hey, I mean, remember when you started 3 weeks ago, you had no idea about, Flexbox and margins and paddings, and now you're already feeling, a lot more comfortable with it. So I hope that you will feel the same in a month about JavaScript. And I promise that JavaScript is so much more interesting than HTML and CSS. There's more logic, less memorizing, So I think you will enjoy it.
Hopefully.
All right. Cool. I'm very excited for you guys. So it means that next week in class, we will be practicing some JavaScript questions. Some like algorithms. Very easy ones, don't worry.
Okay. Thank you so much, Asel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Asel.
So much
Thank you for this.
Thank you. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me. I appreciate it. I hope this was useful. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Okay?
Thank you. You
Okay,
too.
thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.